They don't pay us to think. They pay us to know. We know we can beat them. There's no excuses why we shouldn't. Win the game. Period. W's on 3, man. Let's go. W on 3. 1, 2, 3. W.
Welcome, all my fellow Redskin brethren and sisters. I am your man and resident Redskins fan, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on the Redskins Report. Goat McCoy. Not Colt McCoy, Goat McCoy. That's what Colt McCoy has a chance to be this season. It's a redemption opportunity for Colt McCoy of the highest order. 6 games left, essentially, to prove that this guy could potentially be a starter in this league. I think we know that he's a career backup, similar to Nicholas Foles last year in Philadelphia. If he were to somehow lead this Redskins to something big, and when I say something big, the term is relative. I could just be talking about winning this division, getting a home playoff game, and potentially winning a game in the postseason. I don't think the Redskins can do much more than that this season, but hey, who am I to shoot down the dreams of a team that is dreaming big right now? And all I can say right now is after watching the game, and you know how I feel about Colt McCoy, I think he's a backup. I told you this, and I've said this many a times. We've got one of the best backup situations in all of the National Football League. Feel really good about Colt McCoy coming in for any 2 to 4 game stretch. Well, this is a 6-game stretch. I'm not that disappointed in the fact that he's going to get an opportunity down the stretch in these 6 games. I am not a fan of Colt McCoy starting for 16 games, okay? I told you that Alex Smith gave us the best chance to win. Why? Because Alex Smith wasn't going to turn the football over. Well, he turned it over versus the Houston Texans, and that was part of the reason we lost that football game. And I said this on the R3, if Alex Smith is going to play like he did on Sunday, and I didn't think he was terrible in that game before he left, despite throwing 2 interceptions. Those 2 interceptions were a part of the full body of work that was Alex Smith on Sunday, and that wasn't good enough. 12 of 27, 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes. That's not good enough. However, Alex wasn't playing horrible. If Vernon Davis doesn't drop the goddamn football a couple of times, especially the one down the sideline after the first pick that Deshaun Watson threw on the day, you're talking about a totally different afternoon potentially. One that may not have the pick 6 in it. Who knows? That's hindsight, and hindsight is always 20/20 after the fact. So, bottom line is, Alex Smith is gone this season. He's not coming back. For those of you wondering if he's going to come back and is his career over, I don't think his career is over. Modern technology and science and medicine allows a guy to break his leg in 2 different places and come back the next year and be pretty much the same quarterback that he was. He's got plenty of time to allow his tibia and fibia to heal and be able to rehab and come back at the start of, say, training camp next year. So I fully expect Alex Smith. Now, this is the one caveat you have to throw in there. He's 34 years old. Your body doesn't heal as quickly as, say, if he were 24 years old. But, I fully expect him to make a full recovery. I'm no doctor. I didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn last night, so I don't want to sit here and make any definitive declarations. But I think he'll be fine when it's all said and done. And if he's fine, I think he'll be the starting quarterback of the Washington Redskins next year. Will that prompt the Redskins to do something drastic like draft a quarterback in next year's draft? Who's to say? This season still has 6 games left in it. And if the Redskins so choose to decide to do something in the draft, it's going to have probably largely revolve around where we end up in the draft. And if Colt McCoy goes out, plays good football, good enough to win us a division, you're probably not going to be in a position to draft a quarterback anyhow unless you're willing to trade up. But again, that's a conversation for another day. Right now, I just want to focus in on Colt McCoy and what he brings to the table and how he can help this team potentially win the NFC East. We'll start with this, and then we'll jump into Colt McCoy. We signed Dirty Chaz. I told you that on the R3. Of the 3 quarterbacks that I told you the Redskins were bringing in on Twitter, the one most likely to be brought in is Dirty Chaz. And it makes a lot of sense. He's got some connections within the organization. He's a veteran quarterback that you trust, that if you bring him into a ball game, he knows what the hell is going on. Will he make a mess of himself? Most likely. That's why he's Dirty Chaz. He makes a mess of situations. But let's hope that we never have to see Dirty Chaz actually take the field in a Washington Redskins uniform. That being said, Colt McCoy is a gamer. I told you I love Ryan Fitzpatrick. Why do I love Ryan Fitzpatrick? Look, you get good with Ryan Fitzpatrick, you get bad with Ryan Fitzpatrick, but what you're going to get from Ryan Fitzpatrick during every start is 100% of Ryan Fitzpatrick. That means he's going to take off and run, he's going to dive head first, he's going to do whatever his team needs him to do to try to pull out a victory. Now, again, you don't want the bad that you get with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and that's the same thing we're trying to run from with Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy is a much watered-down version of Ryan Fitzpatrick. And that's a good thing because Ryan Fitzpatrick in lethal doses is exactly that, lethal. He can kill your football team. He can also uplift them, but more times than not, he's going to kill your team if you give ample doses of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Colt McCoy is a guy that I watched on Sunday come in, and Jay Gruden's offense looked totally different. It looked like the offense that we got accustomed to seeing with the last guy that was here. It was a lot of quick game. The ball came out of his hands very quickly to guys in space that were actually open. How many guys have we seen open this season? Not many. Not guys generally running wide open. That's what you saw on Sunday with Colt McCoy running this offense and running the quick game. We actually saw receivers running wide open, getting out of breaks and not being tackled immediately. How many times did Josh Doxson catch the football and not have to have a guy draped all over him, but instead having a guy 4 yards away where Josh could actually stop, turn, get up the field, and get a couple of extra yards after the catch? It's nice to see Jordan Reed catch the football and actually have some space to operate, which is what we saw in this football game. There are some opportunities for advancement in this offense. Trey Quinn looks like he's going to be a very welcome addition to this offense and a sight for sore eyes for a team that has lacked wide receiver play and any kind of dynamic ability at the receiver position. Looks like Trey Quinn's going to give us a little juice moving forward until we can get back Jamison Crowder, whenever the hell that is. At this point, I'm not even relying on Jamison Crowder. I'm more looking forward to Chris Thompson coming back than I am Jamison Crowder, because we've been waiting for Crowder to come back for quite some time now, and every week he's that much closer, and every week he misses the game. So at this point, I'm just dealing with the guys that are there and a guy that I think will ultimately come back in Chris Thompson. Bottom line is, when I watched Colt McCoy in this game this past week versus the Houston Texans, I saw a guy that was confident in what he was doing. I saw a guy that was confident in the players around him. And I saw a team that rallied around Colt McCoy. I saw a team that believed they could win. For the first time this season, when the Redskins were staring a deficit in the face, they didn't look gun-shy. They didn't look like a team caught in headlights. They looked like a team that believed they could come back. Why, you asked? Because they believed in Colt McCoy, and he delivered. He delivered the Redskins from a 20-14 deficit. He delivered the Redskins from a 17-7 deficit. He gave this Redskins team a chance. He gave us the lead. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Colt McCoy continues to play the way that he played on Sunday, the remainder of the season. Now, I worry about Colt every single time he leaves the pocket. I worry about Colt every time he's in the pocket. I just worry about Colt McCoy in general because he's been a very fragile quarterback throughout his career. And Colt was running around as if we had a backup quarterback not named Trey Quinn that wasn't a wide receiver or a tight end behind him in the game versus Houston. He was throwing his body around. He was getting out of dodge quickly. Jay was comfortable calling naked boots and quarterback keeps. So I hope that Colt keeps this in the back of his mind. Dirty Chaz is behind you, bruh. Like, we don't want to see Dirty Chaz dust off the old helmet and get out there and win one for the Gipper. We don't want to see Dirty Chaz in a Washington Redskins uniform actually taking real snaps, all right? So we need you to stay healthy, bruh, all right? But in any of it, if Colt can stay healthy, number one, and number two, play the way that he did versus the Texans on Sunday, we're going to have a shot. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to have a shot. Not just to beat Dallas, who right now they have us as an 8-point dog at Dallas. Keep in mind, this is a team we already beat this season, yet all of a sudden now Dallas is the favorite, Dallas is the darling, Dallas is the sweetheart. So no one's giving us a chance. I feel the same vibe that the Eagles got last year when Wentz got hurt. This is not the same situation. We are not 13-1 or 11-1 like the Eagles were when Wentz got hurt. We are not on a crash course with the Super Bowl like the Eagles were. We aren't going to have home field advantage like the Eagles were. This is not the same situation. Carson Wentz was playing at an MVP type level before he got hurt. Alex Smith is not, or was not. So they're not the same two situations. But what is eerily similar is the disrespect that is being shown. And look, I can't blame anyone for thinking that the Redskins season is over or that the Redskins are going to take a monumental step backwards. If you're a Redskins fan, then you should know better. You should know because you've been watching the games. You've seen what this offense has looked like. You know that Colt McCoy is capable of running this offense. And not just capable, he is actually a better fit for what Jay Gruden wants to do. Alex Smith never fit what Jay Gruden wanted to do quite yet. They were getting there. They were growing into a tandem of quarterback and head coach that were figuring things out together, but there were still mistakes, as you saw on Sunday with the interception and the pick six. That was a little bit of a miscommunication between Alex Smith and Jordan Reed. Those situations, they happen when you're still trying to figure out one another. There's none of that with Colt McCoy. He knows exactly where everyone's supposed to be. He knows what's going on. You saw it on the touchdown pass immediately to Jordan Reed when upon coming in the game. You saw Colt McCoy work the field at all levels. He took some shots down the field. The only one that I wish he didn't take was the one late in the game when we needed a 5 to 7 yard completion, and he's throwing it 40 yards down the field to Josh Doxson in a situation where Doxson comes down with the football. The game's over because we didn't have any timeouts. Like, that's not smart football. So you're going to get some of that with Colt. That comes with the Colt McCoy package. You have to understand that, all right? He's not as cerebral as Alex Smith, but at the same token, he is a guy that's going to give us a much better chance to score 24 or 27 in any given week. Unlike Alex Smith, where the ceiling was about 20 points on a weekly basis. We weren't scoring 20 on most weeks. Now, with Colt McCoy, you got a chance to score 24, 27, possibly 30 if the ball bounces our way, if we're able to take care of the football better than we did in week number 11. We could score 24, 27, 30. And with the way our defense has been playing of late, forcing turnovers, that is, they haven't been playing their best football. They're not playing lights out ball. But if they can give us the turnovers that they've been giving us, we're going to have a chance to win this division. People are counting us out. That's why this situation feels eerily similar to the Eagles. Nobody gave them a chance to win anything after the injury to Carson Wentz. Nobody's given us a chance. At 6-4, we still lead this division. You would have thought that the Cowboys were 6-4 and that the Redskins were in hot pursuit at 5-5, and that this injury gave the Cowboys the leg up, and that the Cowboys don't still have to play the Saints, and that the Cowboys don't have to play the Eagles again, and that the Cowboys don't have to play us again, and that the Cowboys are now the runaway favorites to win this division. Yeah, their schedule is soft down the stretch. Yeah, they got to play Tampa Bay. Yeah, they got to play some teams that they should be able to handle, like the Giants. Again, bottom line is we still are in first place, and until the Cowboys take this division from us, this division is still in our control. And I think it starts on Thursday on Thanksgiving versus the Dallas Cowboys. Redskins are 8-point underdogs right now. I love the fact that nobody's giving us a chance. I love that all the media outlets are calling the division the Dallas Cowboys to lose now. I love it. Everyone's going goo-goo gaga over the Cowboys because they've won 2 games in a row on the road. So what? Who gives a shit? Okay, this is the same Cowboys team that, yes, they're damn good defensively, and I've told you that all season long, but they're still an offense led by Dak Prescott and, more importantly, Zeke Elliott, and we know the formula for beating them. Now, if we can't go out and execute, and our run defense hasn't been good of late, if we can't go out and execute, Colt McCoy may not be able to save us, because if Dak Prescott is able to just manage the game because Zeke Elliott is out running for 137 yards on 22 carries, we're going to lose the football game. But if we can do what we did, a semblance, we don't have to go out and shut him down to the tune of 34 yards like we did the first time around. But if we can hold him under, let's call it 70. Let's call it 70 is the round number. If he's got 19 to 22 carries, somewhere in there for 70 yards or less, I'd say it's a really good job by the Redskins rush defense, and we're going to win the football game. I truly believe that in my heart of hearts because Colt McCoy is good enough. In a 16-game schedule, I don't have the confidence that Colt McCoy is going to take us where we need to go. But when you ask me about a six-piece, and that's all we're looking for right now is a six-piece combo from Colt McCoy, I think Colt can go 4-2 in a 6-game stretch. And I look at the Cowboys like food we should be able to eat on Thanksgiving. I know I'm hungry. What about you? I think Colt's plenty hungry. He's been on the bench quite a long time. He's been on the bench for quite some time. I think Colt McCoy is ready to eat. And the Cowboys look like food on Thanksgiving. And then after that, you got the Eagles on Monday night. They're a wounded bird, man. They're a wounded bird. And for it to be Thanksgiving, boy, they look like they're ready to go in the oven and be stuffed and ready to get carved up and ate. I don't know about you, but I'm looking at the Eagles like food as well. And then after that, we got the Giants. So it's a 3-game stretch of nothing but family business. And all these family members look ripe for the picking, if you ask me. And I think Colt McCoy is capable of going on the road the next 2 weeks in primetime slots. On Thursday, on Thanksgiving versus the Cowboys, on a Monday night versus the Philadelphia Eagles, and then the following week at home versus the Giants. And I don't see why he can't go and win all 3 of those games. But I'm a guy that has a narrow focus, and it's only on the next game. And the next game is the Cowboys. And I think Colt McCoy could easily go from Colt McCoy to GOAT McCoy and be the GOAT this season for this Redskins offense. I think he can not only win this game in Big D on Thursday, I think he can win this team the division, and they can pick right up where they were leaving off with Alex Smith. And I think this Redskins team can still win 10 games. And I think 10 will be good enough to win this division. I think 9 might actually be good enough to win this division when it's all said and done. If the Redskins beat the Cowboys on Thursday, the track to winning this division would get so much easier because you'll be up 2 with 5 left, and you can actually throw in a 3rd game because the Redskins will then own the tiebreaker over the Cowboys. So you're up 2 with 5 left, add in a 3rd game because of a tiebreaker, and you're saying you're up 3 with essentially 5 weeks left, and then you look at the Eagles and you say they're the next team in line at that point, and then you beat them, and then the division is pretty much done at that point. So Redskins over the next 2 weeks have a chance to pretty much put this thing on ice if they can take care of business. It starts on Thursday in Big D against the Cowboys. It's rivalry week, folks. It's Dallas week. Hashtag renew the rivalry. We got 1. I'm greedy. I'm hungry. I'm starving. I want 2. Get out your brooms. It's time for a sweep. And the guy that's going to lead us there, you guessed it, GOAT McCoy. I'm your man, Louie T. Remember, I am a Redskins fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Redskins spirit will never die. Redskins spirit will never fold. Until we meet again, hail to our beloved Washington Redskins. I like this spot, guys. I really, really do. In a 6-game stretch, in a small sample size, I really think Colt will take this offense to new heights for this season. Not heights that we've never seen before. We've seen this offense operate at a very high level with the last guy that was here. But for this season, where the offense has been as inept as you could possibly be at times, Colt's going to allow us to actually be proud of the offensive product that we're putting on the field week in and week out. The question is now, can the defense wake the hell up from their slumber, get back to business that we saw earlier in the season, and give us a chance to win some games? Because the offense is going to wake up and score some points. I am pretty much sure of that. I'll see you guys after the bye week. Enjoy Thanksgiving and enjoy the feast that will be Thanksgiving as Colt McCoy has his fork out. He's got his napkin. He's ready to eat. So am I. Hopefully you are as well. I'll see you guys after week number 12.
Louie T.